Welcome back to my channel. Most people think travel is about discovering new places. I've come to believe it's often about returning. Returning to a road you rushed through. Returning to a conversation you didn't fully appreciate. Returning to a place that left a question unanswered. Some places reveal themselves immediately. Others reveal themselves in chapters. You visit once and think you've seen them. Then months later, you return and discover an entirely different story waiting there. I'm Noe Rose. I've been traveling on my own since I was 16 years old, not because I was searching for an escape, but because I've always been curious about life, curious about people, curious about the stories hidden beneath the surface of a place. Over the years, I've learned that travel can do something extraordinary. It can expand our world, but more importantly, it can expand who we become within it. The places that change us most are rarely the ones we planned for. They're the places that stay with us, the ones we keep thinking about long after we've left, the ones that quietly call us back. Because travel isn't only about seeing the world, it's about discovering which parts of the world become part of you. And this is the story of one of those places, a quiet corner of Busan that asked me to return before it was ready to be understood. In the last vlog, I crossed the Goga Grand Bridge to Goje Island. Stretching more than 8 kilometers across the sea, the bridge and underwater tunnel system transformed what was once a long ferry journey into a direct connection between Busan and Goje. It's one of Korea's most ambitious engineering projects, a reminder of this country's remarkable ability to connect places once separated by water, distance, and time. On the other side of that bridge, I visited Memisong Fortress. What looked like a castle beside the sea turned out to be something far more meaningful. Built by a farmer who lost everything during Typhoon Maimi, the fortress became a symbol of resilience, rebuilding, and extraordinary things people create after hardship. By the end of that day, I found myself reflecting on Korea in a different way, not simply as a country of beautiful landscapes and modern cities, but as a place shaped by perseverance. A place where suffering is acknowledged, transformed, and woven into something beautiful. This vlog begins where that one ended, back in Busan, but while Memisong was a story about rebuilding, this one is about returning. Because some places leave an impression long after you've walked away, and sometimes the only way to understand them is to come back. After returning from Goje Island, I checked into the Commodore Hotel for my final 2 nights in Busan. Part of the reason I chose it was because fans of Crash Landing on You might recognize parts of it from the series. Walking through the hotel felt like stepping into another era. The Commodore isn't modern luxury. It's something different, a place that carries the elegance of another time. As I wandered through its halls, I found myself imagining what it must have been like when it first opened. Back when Busan was a very different city. Back when this hotel stood among its grandest addresses. Time has softened some of its edges, but not its character. And perhaps that's why I liked it so much. That afternoon, I headed toward a place called Bunetsia. I had originally hoped to visit with Serena. She wanted to see it too, but work had other plans for her, so I set off alone. The journey took far longer than expected, nearly an hour and a half through Busan traffic. The city slowly changing outside my window as skyscrapers gave way to quieter neighborhoods and wider stretches of coastline. By the time I arrived, the day was already beginning to fade. Bunetsia is often described as Busan's little Venice. Canals winding between colorful buildings, restaurants overlooking the water, walkways tracing the shoreline. But when I arrived, most of it had already closed for the evening. The sky hung low and gray above the water. The canals were quiet. The restaurants sat empty. And yet standing there, I wasn't disappointed. I was just curious, because, stripped of the crowds and activity, the place felt unexpectedly peaceful, like a stage after the audience has gone home. Beautiful in a different way, I wandered for a while before deciding to keep walking. Following the coastline toward Dadaepo Beach, and somewhere along that walk, the day quietly shifted. The farther I went, the more Busan seemed to slow down. The city I had come to know through bustling markets, crowded cafes, and busy streets suddenly revealed another side of itself, a gentler side. Dadaepo feels different from the Busan most visitors experience. The beach stretches wide beneath an enormous sky. Families gather without hurry. Cyclists glide along the promenade. Children chase waves across the sand. The sea becomes the main attraction. Not because it's dramatic, but because it simply allows people to be. Long before Dadaepo became known for its sunsets, these shores supported fishing communities and served as an important gateway to the city. Generations built their lives around these waters. And even today, that connection between people and sea still feels present. Walking there, I realized I wasn't discovering another attraction. I was discovering another rhythm of life, one that felt increasingly rare. This is Morundae. It's an estuary, and they have a path throughout the hotel to also protect birds' nests. I ended the evening in a cafe overlooking the water, watching daylight slowly disappear beyond the horizon, thinking that perhaps this simply wasn't the right day for Bunetsia. Some places reveal themselves immediately, others ask for patience, others ask you to come back. I'm excited to share that this next part of this vlog, I went back to Korea a couple months later after going to Singapore, Bali, and Japan. And while in Japan, I ended my trip in Fukuoka, which is only an hour flight to Busan. So of course I was uber excited to go back to Busan. And if there's one place that I absolutely wanted to go back to was Dadaepo Beach, this time with Serena at sunset. And I was able to fly the drone, so enjoy. Because it looks like a hat. What had begun as a solitary walk now became something we shared. We started a day at a cafe before making our way back toward Dadaepo and Morundae. The weather was different, the season was different, the energy was different. And suddenly, the places that had felt unfinished during my first visit began revealing themselves in an entirely new way.
Try to dance now.
Morundae might be one of Busan's best kept secrets. Rocky cliffs rising above the sea, pine trees shaped by decades of ocean winds, coastal trails overlooking endless blue water weave through forests before opening onto dramatic viewpoints overlooking the water. The name Morundae is often translated as the place where clouds gather and disappear. And standing there, it's easy to understand why. The landscape feels suspended between earth, sea, and sky. Long before modern Busan emerged around it, Morundae was already celebrated as one of the region's most beautiful natural landmarks. Scholars, poets, and travelers came here during the Joseon dynasty simply to admire the scenery. Centuries later, people are still doing exactly the same thing. Looking out across the water, watching the changing light, letting the landscape do what great landscapes have always done, remind us how small we are and how beautiful that can be. Standing there, watching the waves crash against the rocks below, it became easy to understand why nature remains so deeply woven into Korean life. One of the things I love most about Korea is how often it surprises me. The places that stay with me are rarely the ones everyone talks about. There are places like this. Places where daily life still feels connected to the natural world. Places where people gather not because they're famous, but because they're meaningful. That's the Korea I continue falling in love with. Not the Korea of trends, the Korea of everyday life, the Korea found in quiet walks, shared meals, coastal paths, and conversations that linger long after they're over. As the afternoon slipped toward evening, I flew my drone above the coastline, watching Morundae and Dadaepo unfold from above. The curves of the shoreline, the waves melting the rocks, the city stretching into the distance. For a moment, everything felt connected. The first visit, the second visit, the waiting, the return, the unfinished story finally finding its ending. Before heading back, Serena and I stopped at Natgae Elephant Tea House. One thing Korea does exceptionally well is turning ordinary moments into memorable experiences.
여러 군데가 있는데 찻집을 가고 싶거나 차에 다도 부산대 이런 데서 다도 있어 배우고 또 준비하면서 좀 여기저기 원래
Tea becomes ritual, dessert becomes an event, an evening becomes a memory. We ordered mugwort and red bean rice cake bingsu. Oh my gosh. Can you say more please? Earthy, comforting, distinctly Korean. The kind of dessert that tells you something about a culture without saying a word.
반 정도만 따라주세요. 너무 가득 따르면은 따를 때 뚜껑 너머로 넘쳐가지고 뜨거울 수가 있으니까 반 정도만.
네.
1분 정도만 해주시면 됩니다. 이 차는 2010년에 나온 노수차라고 노수 오래된 나무에서 나온 보이차거든요.
네.
이렇게 걸러주시고 밑에 물바지판 있으니까 좀 흘리셔도 괜찮고요. 중국 황후가 이 차를 마시고 이제 배앓이를 낳아가지고 황제가 이제 홍포를 하사했다고 해가지고 데운 거예요. 이렇게 향이 좀 나죠.
그렇지. 그러니까 제가 지금 저녁에 깜찍이 먹어야 사장이 무슨 날 주라고 하는데 이제 아니 그럼 같이 하면 되지.
That looks amazing. And just like that, another Busan day came to an end. The first time I came to Dadaepo, I left feeling there was something I hadn't quite understood. The second time, I finally did. Some places reveal themselves all at once. Others reveal themselves chapter by chapter. And sometimes, the greatest gift a place can give you is a reason to return.